Well, just really thought it was a really good game. I thought our guys did an excellent job of following the game plan. I thought we started the game off fast, something we had been attempting to do in recent weeks. I thought our guys got off to a good start, and I think it started defensively for us. I thought we got some good stops, and we were able to turn it into offense. And, like who they are, they're a very physical team. I mean, Jordan does a good job with his group. They're very physical. They're active around the basket. They get fouled a lot because of their physicality. And so they played to their strengths. But I thought our guys had a really good game, and we shot the ball really well tonight, and that always helps.
Coach, you talk about jumping onto a big lead. You had a 20-point lead in the first half. You keep it in the entire second half. How do you take this momentum into Texas Tech and into conference play?
Well, that's something we've been working on, over the last several weeks is, maintaining leads or building on leads. I thought we did a fairly good job tonight. We had a few mishaps. We had a few too many turnovers. But by and large, I thought our guys were focused in on what we were trying to do, and that's understanding, how do you maintain or build a lead. And it's something that you have to be able to do. Everyone has really good players. In college these days, there's a lot of parity. And people have enough firepower that if you're not, careful with the basketball and executing the right way, they'll make big runs on you. And I thought today we were able to sustain that energy and was able to withstand that.
Coach, today we finally saw Jaylin step back onto the court. He gets into the game early, scores an alley-oop, makes a couple nice passes. What does it mean to have him back on the team?
Of course, Jalen's very important to have on the team for us because he's one of my returners and one of my returning starters. With him and DJ being the two returning starters we have, it's paramount that those guys are able to get out there and help us because of their leadership. They understand exactly what we're facing. They understand exactly what I want as the head coach. And so, yes, excited for him, and I'm happy to see him, get out there and get some meaningful minutes as well as, continue to stay healthy.
Assuming everything goes correctly, can we expect Jaylin to be in the starting lineup come conference play?
That's something to be determined. I don't know at this point in time where we are with regards to who's starting or not. We're going to get through the holidays, or hopefully everyone will have a Merry Christmas, and then when we start to practice, next week, we'll start to figure out exactly, what we're doing.
Johnny, when you looked at with Jaylin, you gave him basically bursts of 3-minute bursts here or there to try to get him out there. Was that by design, and was him starting or him playing tonight? Was that also by design, just to get him maybe a little bit of reps before you guys were going to conference play?
No, it wasn't designed. We didn't know. He was day-to-day, as we mentioned before, so that wasn't designed. It just that it worked out that he was able to go today. We didn't know that until pretty much yesterday and last night, to be quite frank. So, it wasn't, certain if that was something that was going to happen. But, he was able to go, and he was able to contribute, which is good. And playing in bursts, our guys, we just want to play as hard as we can, while you're out there. And if you need a blow, then you get a blow. And so he just gave us everything he had, and it happened to be those were the minutes. If he was able to do that longer, it would have been longer. But he did have some minute restrictions on him, but he was under the minute restrictions.
Will that restriction go before you think over these next couple of games?
I haven't been told by a trainer if that's something that continues. I just knew he had one on him today, and he was under it today, well under that. So that was good.
Coach, going into conference play, from what you've seen, what's the biggest thing that you want to see changed?
The biggest thing that you want to see changed is taking care of the basketball a little bit better. We had way too many turnovers today. We need to take care of the ball better, and that's going to be important. These possessions are so valuable. They all are so valuable at this level. You have to value them, and so we have to take care of the ball better, and we have to continue to defend at a high level to give ourselves a chance.
Coach, you had 4 players in double digits. What does it mean to have that many people that can go get a bucket for you?
It's good to have, guys that can score the basketball. We can go to, different guys during different times of the game, and I think we were able to do that tonight. It gives us a lot more versatility. We talk about versatility with our team, this being one of the more versatile teams that we have had. And I think it showed tonight, not just showing it because we can guard different positions, but also offensively we can score at different positions. So I think that's something that our guys have shown the ability to do, and we need to lean on that as we go through conference play.
One of those guys being Mustafa. How do you feel like his offensive game is developing and rounding into form as the year's gone on?
I think he's getting more and more comfortable with the pace of the game. I think he's getting more comfortable with the physicality of the game, and that's to be expected. He reclassed up. He's young. But every time he steps foot on the floor for a game or practice, he's growing and he's getting better from each one of those experiences. It may not always show in the numbers, but it shows for us because of the experience he's gaining. And the more these opportunities he has, I think the better he's going to be because really the sky's the limit for his talent. I mean, as you can see, you see his snapshots of some shots he's making. I get to see him every day in practice, so I see what really is possible for him, and he's just scratching the surface. He has a chance to be an amazing player.
Johnny, you said earlier on that you created this non-conference schedule because you wanted to challenge your guys' self, especially going into year 2. What did you take from that non-conference schedule's done? What were you excited to see from this group through these games, and do you think it will help you as you get into the conference play?
I definitely think preseason will help us. I thought we played a competitive schedule. We played teams that always didn't have names on jerseys, but we knew the personnel they had, we knew the coaches they had, so we knew they would be some really good tests for us, and they were. I think we grew from that. I think for our players, having 11 new players on your roster to go through a preseason and guys get to know each other, play with each other, to build some chemistry, as I always say, some continuity. You have to have a preseason that's going to challenge you, but one in which these guys can grow together, because they have to learn to win together. No one does it by himself at this level. And so, I thought our guys were able to do that this preseason. I think, our starters like a DJ, we didn't have Jaylin out there, but to get to know Keyshawn on the court and play with a Keyshawn, to get to play with a Jordan Ivy Curry on the court, to get to play with a Mustafa, all those guys are new in the lineup, at this level. And there's some challenges that go with that. And I thought this preseason showed us some of the good, the bad, and the ugly for us. And I think we were going to grow because of, the teams that we faced.
Coach, another player that was battling injury, young star Mikey Williams. How was it to see it getting him the standing ovation, and what does it mean to him to get back on the court?
I was happy to see Mikey get out there. It's been so long since he's been on the court, and I know he was anxious to get out there and contribute. And he's going to be a really good player. His is just a function of, like any young guy, it's just developing, growing into a system, getting comfortable with what we want offensively and defensively. But I love his attitude. I love his work ethic. The young man's going to be terrific. He's very talented. He just needs to continue to grow his game in the system that he's in, like ours. And I think he has a chance to be very successful.
Is his injury still day-to-day, or is he fully healthy now?
No, he's better. He's better. He was able to. We wouldn't put him out there in any kind of situation other than him being healthy. And so he's healthy, and it was good to see him get out there and him to contribute.
Sean Paul's kind of became a foul magnet. He drew 8 tonight, went to the free throw line 11 times. What's his presence in your team, and how is he benefiting you with that?
He gives us really a 3-level score. I mean, his ability he can knock down a 3. I think he made one tonight. Of course, he's good in the mid-range, and of course, he finishes around the basket. And then couple that with the fact that he draws fouls because he plays such a physical game. He just gives you a guy that you can go to in certain situations, and he's a good playmaker for you, from his position. So, I like having him along with like a DJ, along with like a Jordan, guys that are established scorers at this level. I think those guys are really finding how to play off each other well. I think, watch from game 1 to this game right here, they've gotten better with being comfortable with each other and knowing, where everybody's at their strength and playing where everybody's able to play to their strength. And that's something that you want to see these guys do.
Last year, you guys opened a Big 12 play on the road against Kansas State. The result didn't go your way. Are there any lessons learned or any things you kind of take from last year to apply it for your first true road game of the season?
Well, it's a new team for us. Like I say, 11 new players, so it's going to be brand new going on the road in the Big 12 no matter what for us. Lessons for us as a staff, I don't know if it applies to those guys as far as what they're going to have to do out there on the court. But for us, we just need to make sure we just focus in on, the right preparation for our opponent, making sure we understand how intense it's going to be, making sure we understand the type of environments it's going to be. And there's some things we'll look at doing, when we come back for practice to try to prepare us for that. But the main thing is those guys have got to get out there and battle and compete, because that's what it's going to come down to, is competing against a very good basketball team on their home floor. And hopefully preseason has helped prepare us for that.
Johnny, you guys get, about 9-10 days off before you enter the road. How much of a benefit is that to have some extra time off, as you mentioned, to prepare for Texas Tech and maybe get some guys healthier as well?
Well, definitely helpful for us. As you know, especially this December has been helpful, because as much as we would like to play more games, there were reasons why. I mean, we thought we were going to be in the Big East Challenge, And we found out late we weren't in it, so that was one game that you don't have in the month. So we had things like that occur, where we couldn't get a game in certain times. So it kind of spaced us out a little longer than we normally would have. But it turned out to be good because for a guy like Jaylin, it gave him time to kind of work his way back, which was good without having as many games. So, I think it worked out for us in the long run. But now that we can really start up with these next 9 days, it's the same thing. Let's keep preparing. Let's keep getting better in the areas we think we have to improve in. And let's keep continuing, hopefully, continue to get healthier, as we move forward. And if we can do that when we start conference play, we start conference play more at full strength, probably than we've been all season long.
Coach, speaking on getting healthy, what's the health status of J.J. Taylor? We see he didn't play tonight.
Oh, yeah, J.J. was sick. He had like cold and flu symptoms this week, so it was really tough for him to be with us because of that. It's one of those illnesses, you can't really get around people because it's contagious. You catch a cold or flu, you pass it through the team. So, he was able to get back today for the first time. But we're excited about J.J. as well. I mean, his upside, his talent is there. It's just a function of continuing helping him to develop it.
Coach, you have like a family-type bond with all of your players. Obviously, Jaylin gets back on the court 23 seconds later. He's jamming home an alley-oop. What was your reaction in the moment to that play?
I was just really happy for him. I thought our guys really did a good job of finding him. They know he's been missing for, quite some time. I thought in several cases guys, tried to go out their way to make sure they found him in a situation to make a play. And, of course, he came through, he made the plays. So happy for him, happy for us because, obviously we're better with him on the court. So, having him come back was really good. And he's only going to continue to get better as he continues to get more meaningful minutes under his belt. But I think our team, our whole family, everybody was excited for him because the last time he went off the court, as you know, it was scary. I think everyone was a little bit concerned about, okay, where is he? And so to see him get back out there and actually be Jaylin again was I think, really good for all of us to see.
Coach, when speaking with Jaylin, he said he wasn't sure if he'd ever be able to step on the basketball court again. And he thanks God for being able to be back. What did you see from him in his journey and how he's grown?
Well, I thought he just really, I thought he was very mature in how he handled it. I mean, certain things you just can't control in this game. Injuries is one of them. And, it's always tough when you're a young player. He's in college. For me, that happened to me when I was in the NBA, so I was already at the highest level. This young man is still becoming the player he's going to be. So it was very difficult. It was difficult for all of us to watch and see. We're all rooting for him, and we all, felt he could make a, full recovery. But, you just never know in this game. And so I thought he handled it well. I thought definitely, thank God it worked out for him, and that he was able to get back and come out and compete and play a game that he loves. I mean, there's not many guys on my team who love the game as much as Jaylin. I mean, Jaylin, I have a lot of guys who are gym rats and love this game. I don't think any of them love it any more than him. So I know it was painful for him not to be out there and be able to compete with his brothers and help our team. I know that was really, really hard for him. But, to have him back has been great. And I think, and I'm sure our players feel the same way.
Last one here from Matt. Johnny, a night like tonight, Jarius didn't have to be the top scorer. He was able to kind of create his own game and help out his teammates and stuff like that. How important or how much growth have you seen from him being able to kind of not have to be the go-to guy every night where he can maybe kind of pick and choose his spots and help out his teammates?
That's important. I mean, it's important to know that, you have personnel around you that can make those contributions as well. And I think, in the preseason, you saw that a lot. I think he was able to pick his spots really well, and he trusts his teammates to be able to do their job. And so I think they're getting comfortable with him on the ball and what he can do, and he's getting comfortable with, seeing what they can do. And that's why I said it's been a really good learning experience for us this preseason in a lot of competitive games. And so I think we did a lot of growing, and I thought he was terrific, especially in the second half tonight. I thought he was terrific. I thought the first half, turned it over a couple of times, uncharacteristic. Second half, I thought he was back to his old self and directing and leading our team and making timely shots.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, guys. Merry Christmas, guys. All right.
So obviously a big win to close out the non-conference. How do you guys take this momentum into Texas Tech?
So you want me? Go ahead. You guys repeat that one more time?
Obviously a big win to close out the non-conference schedule. How do you take this momentum into Texas Tech and conference play?
I feel like it was a good game for us. gave us a lot of confidence going into conference, and we get this break, just get to enjoy family. So it's gonna give us a good start going into conference with this win.
Obviously tonight, Jaylin celebrates your return along with Mike Williams. How does it feel to be back on the court?
It feel good. I give all glory to God, you know. For a minute, I thought I wasn't going to be able to step back on the court this year, but, you know, God blessed me and made sure I got back on the court.
Jaylin, can you talk a little bit more about that? What was your kind of therapy process, or what did you kind of have to go through over the last, 3, 4, 5 weeks, to get back to where you're able to get out there and play?
It's been a lot. Every day, constant massages, constantly going to the chiropractor, constantly doing doctor's checkups, constantly doing treatment to try to tighten up my core. And I'm still going through it every day, so just hoping that it keep getting better.
Is this the type of injury that you think will kind of follow you for the rest of the season?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Jordan, you led the team tonight, 5 for 9 for threes. What was the feeling tonight? What did you see out there? You kind of had the hot hand regarding that.
Buckets. Just my teammates looking for me, creating, DJ getting downhill, Keyshawn, he's a threat, so, they create a lot of spacing for me to get shots, so I give all the credit to my teammates just looking for me.
Kind of picking up on that, Jordan, obviously you hit 3 threes in a row. I wanted to ask Jaylin, how did that gas up the team? Obviously they were struggling a little bit earlier in the game.
It most definitely was a turning point for us. We know he can get hot quick. We done seen it millions of times in practice and games, so he most definitely picked our energy up. He put us on our back when we were struggling.
And then what was your reaction to his heat check 3 that
I was with it. I was with it because y'all don't know Juice. He done did that in practice and buckets. That's all he be yelling, buckets.
Jaylin, we asked Johnny a number of times about your injury through the process. He remained pretty, nondescript about it. He said he wanted to let you more or less handle that if you chose to. So, what was the injury that you suffered, and how has it been trying to play through it and trying to come back from it?
No comment.
And then I wanted to ask you as well about the alley-oop. It was less than 30 seconds you'd be on the court, and your first contribution was an alley-oop dunk. So, kind of take us through that moment.
It was just God, I wanted to play like that, and I got it. Keyshawn looked for me. I was happy that he was going to throw it up. I knew he was going to throw it up because we done did that in practice before. So I was happy to start it off like that. I can't ask for nothing better, especially with the fans cheering me on when I first walked in. That almost got me a little emotional.
Going back to Steven's question, you mentioned this. You get a week off, you get to rest up a little bit, but then you're going to hit the road. You're going to start the Big 12 play. What are you most looking forward to when it comes to the Big 12, and how excited is it to kind of see getting that competitive juices going against a conference that's one of the best in the country?
I just want to see, I think just the excitement, going to the competitiveness with the teams in the conference, just seeing how hard we can compete with them. I know we're very excited for that, looking forward to competing on both ends and getting wins. So that's what we're looking forward to. So.
You guys shot 58% from the field, 58% from 3. How do you guys take that shooting percentage and keep that building towards conference play so you don't have one of the slower starts that you were having in the beginning of the year?
I'll just say just stand in the gym. Even if we have a bad shooting night, just let it go. Just keep shooting. Shooters going to shoot. We got some guys that's starting to find their niche and find their shot. Guys like Debo, Keyshawn, of course, Juice, guys that came in as shooters at a high percentage. So,
Jaylin, obviously we've asked Juice this throughout the season, but the offense has taken a step up this season. You guys are scoring 80 points seemingly every game. What felt different about the UCF offense today versus when you played last year?
I would just say Coach went in the portal and made sure that he got scoring. We got guys that was career scorers. Last year we didn't have guys that were just career scorers. Maybe they had a good year, but not career. We got guys like Juice, he was a career scorer, 17, 18-point scorer. We got Juice. We got Keyshawn. See him, he was the same way, 16-point leading scorer. So we got a lot of guys that can score the ball, and plus returning me and DJ, so a lot of buckets.
Jaylin, I know you only got a little bit of time on the court tonight, but how do you feel? Do you think you could possibly have a huge impact against Texas Tech and maybe be back in the lineup?
Of course, just taking it one day at a time. As long as I can see the step in front of me, I'm going to take it.
You guys, Jaylin, you had your debut for the season. Mikey Williams did too. I know fans were chanting for his name around the 5-minute mark or so. Can you give us kind of a look through preseason and through this point about the path he's taking here? What it meant to you guys to see him get an opportunity as well?
I was just happy to see him out there, you know, getting better and better, you know, getting his field and also finding his niche in college basketball. You know, I feel like he's gonna be a big impact.
Yeah, Mike, he's a very talented guy, and I know he's gonna help us a lot going into this season. So we really need him, and I'm glad for him to be back.
Johnny's talked a lot about, when you guys are up big, to kind of keep putting the throttle forward, to kind of make sure you let that lead keep building instead of letting teams come back on you guys. You guys were able to do that tonight where you kept Jacksonville pretty much out there. Is that a good sign for you guys going into the Big 12, into the conference schedule?
Most definitely a good sign to be able to put our foot on teams' neck, especially a team like that. They're a tough coach team and also a tough team in general to play against. So it's good for us to just put them away.
Jaylin, earlier you mentioned not being sure if you ever be able to step on the basketball court again. What does it mean to you to finally be able to do that tonight? Did you want to prove something to yourself tonight?
Most definitely. I just wanted to come out here and just, mind over matter this thing, see how my body feel, and it felt good. So Coach kept putting me in, and I give all thanks to God for that.
What do you guys react like when you have a player like Keyshawn Hall that's just a foul magnet? I think he drew 8 fouls today. What's your guys' reaction to his play, just being able to draw so many fouls?
So just let Keyshawn be Keyshawn. Keyshawn gonna get to the foul line, gonna draw a lot of attention. He know how to create contact. So just gotta let Keyshawn be Keyshawn, because when Keyshawn be Keyshawn, he creates a lot of open shots for us, and so
Makes it way easier
Makes
for
it
the
way
other guys,
easier,
for
so.
sure.
What do you guys want to see improve most about yourselves going into conference play?
Just being able to, when we in those situations of where we can put a team away, start off the games better like we did this game, and also just staying consistent.
Are you guys ready for that upward level in competition?
Yeah, I think basketball is basketball. Yeah,
really excited for the fans, the energy.
most definitely.
Coach has talked about, I know, stressed a lot about rebounds, working on rebounding for you guys. You guys were able to out-rebound this team. What have you guys been able to focus on over the last couple of weeks when it comes to the rebounding side?
Just our toughness, boxing out, like hitting before going. So making sure we complete that. So we've been doing a really good job of that in practice, and it showed today.
You guys got a sneak peek of the possible fan attendance during the first game of the season. Do you guys expect to have a similar environment like that come conference play?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We need that
every game.
Every game.
Every game. It give us more energy, especially like when you're tired. Like the fans give you more excitement, more joy.
You talked about having this next week to celebrate with your families. What's your guys' favorite gift that you've ever received?
Life. You know what I'm saying? No, for real.
No, you for real?
I'm dead serious, right? Thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? There's no milk.
I would say, I would just say just my family, because I'm usually a giver, so it don't really be, Christmas ain't about really receiving for me. It'd be more of me, see how many families I can touch. I also touch my family as well, just giving back.
Time for one more. All good?
Thanks, guys.
Congrats on the win, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy New Year.